Hey, and welcome back to Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. What if I told you the American rodeo was born on the 4th of July with a cannon blast, a cowboy band, and a whole lot of Buffalo Bill flair? Today we're blowing the dust off history to relive the Old Glory Blowout of 1882, a wild, star-spangled spectacle that kicked off an entertainment empire and changed the way the world saw the American West. Stick around, because this is one story that bucks tradition. Before folks were watching fireworks with a hot dog in one hand and a sparkler in the other, the town of North Platte, Nebraska was hosting a celebration that would gallop straight into the history books. It was July 4th, 1882, and Buffalo Bill Cody, frontiersman, scout, and born showman, decided to throw one heck of a party. But this wasn't just a cookout and a fiddle tune. Oh no, Cody called it the Old Glory Blowout, and it was the first event of its kind. A choreographed display of cowboy skills, patriotic pride, and Wild West theatrics. And what better way to start than with a cannon blast? The townsfolk poured into the streets as a parade marched by, led by the North Platte Cornet Band. Behind them came Civil War veterans, proud as ever, followed by wide-eyed Sunday school children and carriages packed with cheering locals. It was Americana on horseback, but the real action came next. Buffalo Bill had gathered some of the toughest, wildest cowboys from across the plains to compete in events that, up until that point, were just part of a day's work. Bronco busting, roping, sharpshooting. For the first time, frontier skills were put on display for a crowd, not just to get the job done, but to entertain, and entertain they did. This was more than just fun. It was the birth of the rodeo. Right there in the middle of Nebraska, Cody turned ranch life into performance art. He gave the cowboy a stage and a mythos, and he wasn't doing it alone. His old friend and partner, Texas Jack Amajandro, had helped shape this idea, blending real grit with stage flair. Together, they were creating something new, a romantic, larger-than-life image of the American cowboy. The Old Glory Blowout was just the pilot episode, so to speak. Now, if you're thinking, hey, Miss Kitty, that sounds a lot like Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, well, you're not wrong. The Blowout's success gave Cody the confidence to launch his Wild West show the very next year, in 1883. And that show didn't just tour the States, it galloped across Europe, played for queens and kings, and introduced the world to sharpshooters like Annie Oakley and legends like Sitting Bull. But back to 1882, because this one-day event left more than just hoofprints in the dirt. It was also the beginning of a musical legacy. That band from the parade, it would go on to become Buffalo Bill's Cowboy Band, led by a man named William Sweeney. Their performances of the Star-Spangled Banner helped popularize the tune decades before it became our national anthem. That's right, Buffalo Bill might have helped make the Star-Spangled Banner a household tune, with a little help from a few brass horns and a lot of cowboy charm. And if you're wondering about the name, Old Glory Blowout, well, it was exactly that, a patriotic blowout to celebrate not just the nation's birthday, but its spirit of adventure, independence, and grit. That day in North Platte, the Cowboys stopped being just a ranch hand. It became a national icon. And the rodeo, it would go on to become one of the most enduring and beloved American traditions, with its roots planted firmly in that Independence Day celebration. So the next time you're watching a bull ride or hearing the crack of a lasso, tip your hat to Buffalo Bill and the blowout that started it all. Thanks for riding along with me today on this rootin' tootin' ride through history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want more Wild West wonders, legends, and a bit of clever commentary along the trail. And hey, if you learned something new today, why not share it at your own 4th of July party? It's the most patriotic story you've never heard. Until next time, happy Independence Day and yeehaw! Catch you on down the trail.